Hey OTF hustlers, week number 3 is here. You guys, I said it at the beginning, this challenge goes by so fast and it only will get faster. This is kind of just like your hype video here. Listen, we're laying the foundation for you all. We're giving you the tools and the resources that you need to be successful in this challenge. And now you just have to do it. At this point in the game is when kind of like that initial excitement that, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to make these changes. I'm going to develop these healthy patterns. It kind of starts to fizzle out and you're like, man, I don't want to do this. I want to sleep in. Like, I want to eat my donuts every single day. I don't want to go to the workout. It's dreary. It's raining. It's cold. Like, listen, y'all, there are going to be so many excuses as to why you don't need to keep doing this. But there's always that one reason as to why you need to keep going. And at the end of the day, I can't do it for you. I know some people get into this challenge thinking that, you know, there's going to be someone literally telling them exactly what to do every single day of this challenge. And maybe there are some coaches that way, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm in this challenge too. And there's over 30 of you all on my team, and I got a full-time job, and I have a kid and a husband and a dog and all of these things. And at the end of the day, like, we're all trucking through this challenge together, but I can't do it for you. I am 150% here to be your captain and to yell for you proud so loud. But at the end of the day, if you don't show up for yourself, then that's on you. And that's not something that I can do. I can't literally come to your house and drag you out and drag you to that studio. I don't even think that's legal, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you, when you show up, I'm gonna be there. All right? So I need you to dig deep. Remember those reasons as to why. Don't ignore my text. If I messaged you like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Notice I haven't seen you in a while. It's because I care. And I think at this point is when I kind of pull in those stories a little bit from my life. And I need to remind you all that health journeys or healthy lifestyles, they put you in vulnerable situations, and you got to be ready to get vulnerable, because once you embrace that vulnerability, man, the strength and the progress that you are going to see is going to be tenfold. And I kind of say this in a way of, you know, there's 2 examples that I kind of bring in to this challenge. And again, it's me being vulnerable with you, because at the end of the day, like, I'm an open book and I'm here for you all. And how do I expect you to be vulnerable if I can't be vulnerable as well? So one of the things that I always like to remind people is, when I was in high school, I had my soccer coach. He pushed me. He really wanted me to do better and be better. And I grew up playing defense, right? I've been this height since I was in the 6th grade. Like, I felt strong and I was comfortable in defense, right? Because I knew I could do it. I knew I could rock it. And I was a good left defender. Not to toot my own horn. But anyways, my junior year, he said, I want you to go to midfield. I was like, what? I don't want to do midfield. And my stubborn self, I was like, I don't want to do midfield. And he was like, I want you to do midfield. He wanted to coach me into midfield, and we would fight and bicker left and right. And finally, at the end of the day, and I wish it clicked for me then, like it clicks for me now, but he told me, he said, Heather, I want you to recognize that as a coach, if I am pushing you and if I am shining light on you and giving you that attention, that means I believe in you and I want you to work hard. The moment I step away and I don't talk to you anymore and I don't push you anymore, that means that I've noticed that you're not pushing yourself and giving it your all, and so I'm not going to put my time and effort into it. And that's what I tell people as well. Sorry, my dog is ready to go in. You want to go inside? That is something that at the end of the day, I tell the members, like, listen, I'm going to be there. I'm going to push you. I'm going to message you. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to give you all the resources. But the moment you don't hear from me for X amount of days, that means I can tell that you're not 100% into it. And I got to walk away, because I'm still trying to give 100% for myself and make sure others are giving 100% too. So remember that, okay? If I'm at you, that's because I want you to do better, and I know you can do better, and you just got to believe it too. Number 2 thing that I like to put out here that makes me a little vulnerable, okay? At the end of the day, when I was young and dumb, man. I did a lot of things. A lot of just things where I was like, oh, Heather, why'd you do that? All right. One of the things, I've been arrested. Okay. I got a DUI charge. Live and you learn and you move forward. Thank goodness I didn't hurt anybody. Don't do it. But at the end of the day, I really did not attempt to go to school, like college, till I was 24. And at that time, I dug deep and I got vulnerable and I said, you know what? I want to go to UNC. So I packed up and I moved to North Carolina in Durham. And I remember my first night in that apartment, my heat didn't work. So I had to go stay in a hotel because it was right before Christmas. So it's winter and it was cold. And I'm sitting in a hotel in Durham in a new city by myself, not knowing nobody. Like, what the hell did I just do? Thank goodness I had an interview the next week for a job, but I didn't even have a job in place at that point. But I dug deep and I got after it. All right. And I got the job and then I went to school and I did, you know, those courses that you had to do before you're moving on. And it got time for me to transfer to UNC. And I tried to get into the transfer program and the lady legit looked at me and said, what's your option B? Because this option A ain't going to work for you. She looked at my record and she said, no, you're not going to make it. You're not going to do it. And I was like, I don't have an option B. This is my option. This is my only option. So can you help me get to where I need to be? Or do I need to try to figure this out on my own? And she said, I can't help you. That happened in school and that freaking sucked. And at the end of the day, I could have said, you know what, she's right and moved on. But I didn't. I kept after it. And actually, if I'm being even more vulnerable, when I first applied to UNC, I got waitlisted. And guess what they asked me? They asked me about my charge. Oh, that thing just carried with me for years and years and years. And I had to keep after it. And I had to be honest. And I had to get vulnerable with myself in order to get stronger. And the moment I did that, I got into UNC and I met my goals. And so now here we are years later with new goals, right? That was like almost a decade ago. How crazy is that? And there's new goals and there's new things, new challenges that we have to embrace. So I need you to also chip away and become vulnerable, get uncomfortable so you can reach your goals too. We're still going to be talking about the exercising here, the importance. I'm going to do a gait video tomorrow talking about that gait. It's so important, especially on the treadmill and maybe even when you're walking and or standing at work. We're going to highlight a little bit more on the push and pull, and then in comes the nutrition. Now, again, I want to remind you all, I am not a registered dietitian. I do not have any nutrition certifications. In fact, when I originally wanted to go to school, I thought about being a nutritionist, but I sucked at chemistry. So that's where we're at. I can give you tips. I can give you guidelines. I cannot make meals for you. That is out of my scope of practice, and I don't go out of my scope of practice because it's not fair to you. It's not safe. So again, you'll be given the tips, the resources, and I don't like to call them tricks, but we're going to highlight some things to help you be successful. But at the end of the day, you got to look within, figure out what you need for your body, and then put forth the effort. And then the challenge this week, I'm going to say it more in the video, but our whole Orange Theory challenge is to bring a friend this week. Someone who has never been to Orange Theory before, bring them in. Partner workout today. Y'all, that partner workout, it was fun, but let me tell you, it was challenging. And actually, me and Nicole teamed up, so you can team up with other people that are on the other team too, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all striving for that one goal: lose that body fat percentage, gain these resources, and developing this healthy lifestyle, right? So we're gonna get after it and hone in and share Orange Theory to others, bring them in. You are more likely to show up if you know someone else is there and working with you. Nicole put in the message group last night, anyone coming to the 445, and in fact, she actually tagged me and asked, you coming to the 445 so you can be my partner? And at the end of the day, I was like, man, I want to sleep in. I don't want to get up. But 420 rolled around and I got up. I went and I did my workout and I did my routine. I already got my walk in for the day, which is actually going to be your challenge from me this week. And then, yeah, we're going to do the drawing. So sorry this is late. I had some discrepancies in the class counts, so I wanted to make sure that was correct and accurate. By the way, please make sure you are checking in with that front desk about classes that you are going to, even within our studio. If you do not pre-book, which by the way, I need you to pre-book, y'all. Pre-book your classes. Use that as an accountability to show up. Pre-book your classes. But if you do not pre-book and you walk into that studio for your workout and you make it into the class, I need you to make eye contact and verbally communicate with this essay, hey, I need you to put me into the class so that they can do that, so that the coaches get paid, because we got new people coming in, they're training, they're learning, they are absolutely wonderful. But listen, these are called the grows, right? We got the glows going on of Orange Theory. We're one of the best fitness studios in the country. Our grow here is the new staff learning and moving forward with what they need to do. So please make sure, if you do not pre-book, when you come into that class, I need you to verbally communicate to a sales associate or whoever's behind that front desk, put me in the class, so they make sure that they put you in the class so that coach can get paid, man, because we love our coaches and we want them to get their money. All right, happy whatever day it is, happy week 3. Okay, all out hustlers, let's get after it. Bye, y'all.